importantly. Yes. Hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you? How are you? Love you. Participate. Participate, people. Participate. It's how we make changes in the world. And without further ado, I want to welcome you all to Ktng Morning Show. Now, if you guys are new to this, it's real simple. We're multicasting on several formats: Google+, Tumblr, let's see, Facebook, right on YouTube. Got you guys on gas right now. So it's really to do this for today. The toilet that it is proverbial toilet, but it's a natural toilet. All right, people. And y'all know what's going to happen here. I have to have the Ktng morning. Most importantly, the part of diversity that the rest of the city cannot handle. For real. Alright? For real. Compton, if you can't handle the word diversity, I suggest you continue in your Neolithic premise of being separate. And unfortunately, God don't like ugly. And guess what? Heaven is not segregated. Your religion may be segregated in your own ignorance. For real. Alright? So, I'd like to start the show off with what I call, check this out. Now, Tuesday, do you not know that Yes decides to hold a meeting? And your man, okay, Ombudsman Gilroy, here's a guy who sat in city council and said, left his stun talk, man, serious talk and whatnot, and we don't discuss. The Social Security nor Medicare faces the immediate crisis, but the trustees warned that the longer Congress waits to address the program's problems, the harder it will be to sustain Social Security and Medicare without significant cuts in budgets, big tax increases, or both. So, if we're looking from this from a state-to-state issue, states will raise their taxes individually, okay? Not only to, cover Medicare and SSI, but also to put a little, they're taking sooner later will permit because adequate time to prepare. If not, we're talking about 58 million people who you got a hustle coming in now, or a program run by the federal government. But Speaker Paul Ryan has insisted Social Security in that voucher program, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, your intrepid leader, the Imperial Cheeseburger, has promised not to cut Social Security or Medicare disability benefits by nearly $70 billion. But even, in Maryland on Wednesday, the White House initially put the off the record, but then released excerpts from his remarks on Thursday after he asked why reporters have not published his statements. Why? First of all, there when it's important, and second of all, this guy's a mad tweeter. He tweets ever without any cut. Which has all but asked him to respond to Mr. Putin's assertion and accepted his denial of Russian involvement. He said, does the wall turn on at night so people can actually see, oh, that's the wall, go away from it. I don't get the logic in that. I don't. That sounds about as corn as it sounds about as cornball as as anything else. I don't know where he gets his logic from, but that's just probably the most stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Putting solar panels on. As a matter of fact, the American taxpayer heads anywhere. They throw large sacks of drugs over it, and if you have people on the other side of the wall, you don't see them. As crazy as it sounds, you need transparency through that wall. He says this, alright? When they throw large sacks of drugs over the head with 60 pounds of stuff, okay, was booked after allegedly doing just that. It was her second arrest in just 5 hours. That is probably the, second fastest arrest. The first fastest arrest I witnessed last night is when you have some idiot standing there, no gun, no weapon, no nothing, in front of a convenience store clerk, and says, "Give me all your money." Now the convenience store clerk is laughing. He's counting like that. What the perpetrator did not realize is that there was a police who got arrested in 5 hours. Amazing carrying drug. Now the FDA self-controlled drugs, however, if you don't have a prescription substances, it can lead to dependence. Just like heroin, this is dependence and making sure to understand when it comes to surviving. It's a survival book. Trust me. Okay. Okay. So here we are, 19 hours later, the Daily Beast. Okay. At a glance, it looks like Mount Vesuvius, the volcano responsible for the devastation of Pompeii in 79 AD, is erupting again. Okay. That there is a era in California 3 degrees further than it was used to do. Of course, it is tilted too far, and therefore, when you tilt something from the outside of the bubble, that motion generates all the way into the bounces all over the place. Once it burns, it's going to turn awake. Now, in February of this year, 8 children between the ages of 7 months to 11 years old died from cancer in a period of just 20 days. Wow. At that time of death, one of the mothers of the young victims, who was a part of the group Victims of the Land of Fires, led locals in protest to try to stop the Camorra from using the territory for illegal dumping. These victims have no peace even in death, burying them in toxic soil. Okay, watch. The authorities have been investigated in the area for selling their date to the crime group rather than getting rid of it in an area burning are out of control on Vesuvius, where it's set. Likely to get rid of toxic trash. Look for the bones, people. Look for the bones. They're in there. 50% of the people asked had at least one cancer patient in their family. Our study has no scientific value, but it tells us it tells all of us that we need to know about the situation that we live in, and righteously so, because if you okay, now this is about 20 minutes ago for me. So after you pray, you get your ass whooped. Okay, he goes on to say, I think the national government is right that we have to do something, even as consider moving the bathtub, wherever you can get your ass whooped. Going forward, since Ktng's will still ran by the law of God. Okay? Haram. Okay? Instruction. That in turn tells people that in gang territories would start in life, pretty much. I mean, sometimes you don't make it through high school, and that's when it's possible. Because programs like this, man, are some career employment things here for everybody. 21 one day hiring event. Complete the written, take and pass a short 35. Okay. Or fax your resume to 323-563-5636. Again, that's 323-563-5636. And the Elwood Staffing Services. Okay. Elwood Staffing Services. There are in need.com, or call Elwood Staffing at 310-533-8200 and inform the representative that you completed the application online and you're interested in working as a packer and light assembly worker in a position they have in Gardena or Carson. They also have other positions given at that time, and there are 2 shifts available. The Compton coming up not this Saturday, coming up in 2 weeks, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 2319 East Caldwell Street, Compton. Everybody knows where Kelly Park is? It's very simple to find. Just look for Kelly. That's why. That was so. I mean, and then you had ice and everything. They swept through the place. 10 South La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California, 90301, or call 310-680-3761. There's going to be talent. This is a 2-day event. One's going to be held at night for the art well from 7 to 11:30. And then during the day on Saturday from 11 to 5, where they're going to have performers. There's going to be a guy from Persia who does hip-hop. Okay, I'm going to attend that because I want to see what he's saying. And we're going to help promote this whole thing and whatnot and make it really, really nice. So, it's been an event listing with KTLA, KE. You put up 40 posts, Core Brothers. Hoorah, you know that. Across the pond, Yukamatsuno Tanaguchi, good morning. Ohio. And my people in China. Okay. Favorite 2 people. That's right, my niggas. Okay. Also, out in Liverpool, good morning. Also, people out in Australia, good morning. In Venezuela, good morning. No one in America wants your riches. We already get enough cocaine coming through here as it is. Also, oh yes, Pablo Escobar, my hero. Alright, hey, I made a lot of loot during the 80s, trust me. Also, I want to give a shout up, good morning to the Latino Chamber of Commerce, Maria Villarreal, Chris Oliveras, and also a happy birthday to D. Nicolette. Yes, love, you are loved. Good morning. And a special good morning to Crystal Wells, who I'm working with. This is my client. Good morning. I'm going to make sure that we get everything done today. And also, I also have another good thing to say here too. I'm going to court this morning. Later on this afternoon, I have a court appearance to make. And I'm going to make sure that I have a full disclosure of that on Monday, because I want to show you people exactly what you can and can't do. Out of here, okay, you know how it goes. I love you all. Stay strong, but most importantly, it is Friday, and